The National Solid Waste Management Association is proud to consider you to be part of our team. We have been working very hard to make the workplace safer for you and your customers. If you work safely and follow our company, federal, and state safety rules and regulations, not only will you save lives and prevent accidents and injuries, but you also will improve the image of the entire industry. If you take pride in your job, it will show through in performance, guaranteed. I've seen this over and over again. Look it, we don't want this just to be another job for you. We want this to be your career. We want you to remain in this great industry for as long as you want. Be safe and be proud.
Hi, Corey. See, you're right on time.
Yes, sir.
You ready for a safety check?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have your vest, and you have your helmet there, your shades, safety glasses, along with the gloves. Very good. Got plenty of water in your cooler there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good. It's gonna be a hot day. Go ahead and have you place your stuff up in the cab there, and we're gonna go do some stretching. Okay, we're just gonna do it on the side of the truck here. Place your hands up here, and you're gonna stretch out just like that, nice and long. Don't bounce, and switch. Okay, Corey, very good. I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to get in and out of the truck. Proper way you get in is gonna be the same as getting out. You're gonna use 3 points of contact. You're gonna use the step, the handrail, and you have another handrail up here. You're gonna place your foot here, one hand here, and the other here, and pull yourself up. When you get out of the truck, you're gonna get out the same exact way. Okay? Yes, sir. Okay, go ahead and get in there, get your stuff together, and we will go out and get some garbage. So what'd you have to eat for breakfast this morning, Corey?
Egg and cheese sandwich.
Good. It's important that you have a big breakfast. Gonna need all the fuel you can get out there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and put your seatbelt on for me. And we'll get on the road. That safety vest and common sense are your best friends to alert passing traffic. Drivers are often impatient when they're waiting behind a garbage truck en route. Don't assume cars are gonna stop or even slow down just because you're there. Your driver or partner should be looking out for you too, but he can't see everything. The vest makes you stand out. Safety isn't just about nicks and cuts. We're also talking about your life. In addition to the stretching we did to start the day, I like to stretch when I first get out of the cab and once in a while during the day. Your body will thank you later, trust me. Drink plenty of water throughout the day. Any professional athlete can tell you about painful muscle cramps when you don't drink enough. Doesn't matter whether it's hot or cold out, your body needs it. After all, we are industrial athletes. If you value your hands and eyesight, wear your safety gear. Make sure you use the hand closest to the rear of the truck to operate the packer. Make sure your body is away from the hopper area. Your driver should fully instruct you on this operation. Make sure nobody's around the hopper area before cycling the packer panel. If you need to cross the street, be sure to stop and look both ways for oncoming traffic. Trash cans and containers come in many different sizes. It's important to pick up and empty each one in the appropriate way. Be careful lifting plastic bags. They can stretch and tear if you lift them too quickly. Always lift heavy objects using your legs, not your back. And don't twist your back when moving the container to the truck. Keep it right before you. It's important to load the hopper as evenly as possible and not to overload it. Metal container edges can be sharp or jagged. Look out for them. Plastic bags can contain sharp objects like glass or hypodermic needles. You should never reach in and try to dislodge them. That's also why you don't put your hands underneath the bag. And that's why you carry the bag away from your body. Stay out of the way when you crush material. Glass, porcelain, bottles, and other materials can fly out of the hopper and hurt you. Never reach into the hopper after the packer has been initiated. Whatever you see, even a wallet full of money is just not worth it. And always follow the company's lockout tagout rules. Keep any curious onlookers out of the way too. Children are always fascinated, and it's your job to keep them a safe distance away. Poles, furniture, or tree branches can swing out when they're being crushed. If an object falls out, never reach in or try to catch it. Let it fall to the ground and then pick it up. If you pack loads frequently enough, this shouldn't happen. Watch out for dogs. Usually, they're friendly, but sometimes they like to chase the truck and they can nip or bite. The curbside riding step is the preferred position for a helper to ride on, but sometimes operational issues require the helper to ride on the traffic side of the truck, like when there's a 3-person crew. When you ride on the traffic side of the truck, be sure to be aware of oncoming traffic. Always use the 4-point contact position when riding on the rear step. That means both hands and feet on the steps and grips at all times and facing the vehicle. Your driver's going to look out for you, but there may be rough roads or uneven surfaces, and it's your responsibility to maintain the proper safety position. The rear step is for riding only when the truck is going below 10 miles per hour. Never when the truck is going faster, and this position is only for traveling distance of less than 0.2 of a mile. Anything more and it's time to get back in the cab. Always stay in sight of the driver and never ever ride on the rear step when the truck is backing up. Always remember to bend your knees when riding on the step to cushion your ride and increase your stability. Drivers should never drive in reverse unless all helpers are visible and no riders are on the riding step. Remember that blind spots on a garbage truck are much bigger than in your car. You know the old phrase, if you can't see my mirrors, I can't see you. That's one of the most important things to remember from everything I tell you today. One of the most common causes of death in the waste industry is backing up accidents. By now, you should have worked out a simple set of hand signals with the driver. Signals to pull forward, stop, or back up. The better you and your partner work together and communicate, the safer you'll both be. Make sure the truck has come to a full stop before you dismount, especially when it's rainy or wet. You also need to be careful of any potholes, debris in the road, or uneven pavement when you get off the truck. You gotta watch what your customers put out. They like to leave you all their toxic or flammable materials. Gasoline, cans filled with paint, propane tanks, pool chlorine, even ammunition. We're not allowed to pick up any of these items. I don't care if it's your grandmother. I don't care who it is. Call your supervisor if you have to, but leave it right where you found it. And make sure to either tag it or call it in. Oh, and one more thing when you're riding on the back. Watch out for low-hanging tree branches. And always report any injuries or accidents to your driver or supervisor immediately.
So, Corey, you clear on everything so far?
Yeah, no problem.
I realize a lot of this stuff is common sense, but it's important that we go over it the way we do, so it becomes second nature to you. You have a family at home, right?
Yeah, my daughter, Rebecca. She's 3 months old.
Very cute. A big part of your daily mission here is to get home to her at night, every night, in one piece. At every solid waste company, the goal should be 0 accidents for our crews. A lot of guys are pretty fit. They're even athletic, and they don't think in terms of getting hurt or even killed. It's just not gonna happen to them. But it does happen. Dozens of garbage company employees die each year in workplace accidents, although that number has declined recently. A lot of companies are putting a bigger emphasis on safety training. The equipment is getting better, and the workers are getting smarter. Safety begins with us, and it's our responsibility to lower that number.
Yeah, I understand. I know I've got to keep my eyes and ears open at all times.
Good. Let's get lunch.
Okay.
You know, it's not only homes. One of the things we also do is pick up waste from businesses. And with that comes a whole new set of things to learn about safety. It's important to become familiar with the different items on your route you'll be picking up. Whenever possible, the driver helper should visually inspect the material in containers for unacceptable waste and heavy materials. An example is concrete bricks. And when overloaded, if possible, remove the material on top and then dump the container. Once you and your partner know which items you'll typically be picking up, you need to make sure the truck and container you're using is compatible and the right choice for what you'll be doing. There are many types of garbage trucks and different size containers, but the same ideas and rules of safety apply. Don't expect everything to be just sitting out there perfectly, or for containers to be in perfect condition. Some customers figure we can take their trash no matter what they leave out. Don't forget to report containers in poor condition to your supervisor. Broken lids, wheels, trunnion bars, damage from fires, etc. Make sure latches and locks are in good shape and secure before beginning the lift. They should keep the trunnion bar from sliding. Remember to always follow safe backing procedures and back squarely toward the container. Always make sure the cables are in good shape, not kinked, frayed, no broken wire strands. The hook needs to be strong and in good shape. The container should be centered as much as possible on the tipping device. You always want to check your clearance before commencing the pickup. Now lift the container, open smoothly and slowly, don't jerk it or bounce it. Make sure to stand in a position to the side of the truck. The cable could snap or the trunnion bar could slip out if not locked. At the end of the day, commercial waste pickup is not that different from residential in terms of using common sense and being safe.
When you get to a landfill or transfer station, stay in the vehicle. Only the driver gets out. Got that?
Yeah.
There's often a spotter or someone to tell you where to dump your load at a transfer station or a landfill. You need to keep him in mind at all times. It's your responsibility to look out for his life. Also remember to look out for forklift drivers, bucket loaders, maintenance people, or other people working at the landfill. Someday, you may be the driver, so let me tell you what you need to know. Before you get out, make sure you know if there's any particular operating procedures or posted signs at this facility. This information is there to help you, but you have to help yourself by staying informed. Sometimes there are a lot of trucks here, and everyone wants to get home at the end of the day. It's really important to make sure that appropriate distances are maintained between all the vehicles and equipment before discharging your load. Don't rush this part. You've made it through the whole day safely. You want to finish up the same way. If there are other trucks near you, make eye contact with the driver and maintain the visual communication at all times for both your safety. If this contact is lost, just stop where you are and don't resume until you determine where the other driver is. This is one of the most important things I'm going to tell you today. Got that?
Yeah.
So now you're ready to get out of the truck, but it's the driver's responsibility to make sure you're on a level and firm surface before you discharge your load. The first thing I need to do is make sure I'm protected and visible. I always wear a hard hat and my high visibility vest. Then I make sure I have good boots with adequate tread. You don't know what you're going to step on out here at the landfill.
When I'm outside of the truck cab, I'm going to stay within 6 feet of the truck at all times. The driver opens the tailgate and ejects the load. I'm not going to walk anywhere near the open tailgate, and you never walk underneath the raised tailgate unless it's supported by a stand or bar. I heard about one guy in the landfill who got buried in a load of sludge from his own truck. Not a pretty way to die. If something gets stuck or covers the seal, I use a tool to clear it. Once you've dumped the load, if you need to pull forward, you should pull forward no more than about 10 feet to clear the tailgate material. Then shut the tailgate and the body before moving the truck another inch. I check to make sure there's nothing stuck in the tires or below the truck before I drive away. Once I'm sure it's clear to move, I can take the truck to a designated area to clean behind the packing panel if necessary, and always make sure to follow lockout, tag-out rules.
You mentioned lockout, tag out before. What does that mean?
Oh, good question. You've really been paying attention. This is so important. One of the biggest dangers relating to a garbage truck is the unexpected activation of any part of it, including electrical, mechanical, hydraulic, pneumatic, or even gravity. Once the truck is moved to a designated area, before you clean out from behind the packing panel, you must follow lockout tagout procedure, which means you have to secure all sources of power that could accidentally start up and injure or even kill you. This means taking the keys out, turning the battery disconnect off before reaching in or climbing into any area. Lockout tagout, it can save your life. And that's it. We buckle up and head out for the next load or head home.
Let's go home.
Tomorrow, we're back on regular schedule. But today, you did great. You listened, and you knew that what I was talking about was important. However, the one time in which you failed to listen and were not paying attention, you had a little wake-up call.
Yeah, that's right.
See, guys like you work hard, and the work is tough. Therefore, it's important that you stick to your safety training while on the route and at the landfill. Your life depends on it.
I hear you. I know I can't just be rushing from house to house or driving like a maniac. I know I've got to be productive and safe at the same time.
Exactly. That's what any solid waste company would want. Until tomorrow, good day.
Yes, sir.
Good day. Rookie. It's very important. Your life depends on it. That's what any solid waste management company would want. Solid waste company? God, I missed it.
Yeah, I understand. I've got to keep my eyes and ears open at all times.
That's it.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go get lunch.
Okay, we can stop now. For sure.
We want you to be part of this great industry for as long as you want. And means staying safe and staying alive. Staying alive, staying alive.